Friday after Ash Wednesday, March 7th, 2025. Optional memorial of Saints Perpetual and Felicity, Martyrs. During this Lenten season, we are called to pray, fast, and give alms. Today's readings reflect on fasting and its benefit to those in need. Have you made up your mind about fasting during this season of Lent? What would that be for you? Is it something that you regularly do or only during the Lenten season? Sometimes we use another word to express fasting, such as self-denial. Some look at it as a refusal of something. Likewise, it's important to know that there are other reasons people fast to achieve various purposes. As Catholics, it's not a refusal of something when we fast. Instead, it's a willful offering of oneself to God. In his desert experience, Jesus rejects the offer to turn a stone into bread to curb his appetite for hunger. Instead, he chooses to go hungry for our sake. It was a way of showing his willful commitment to the will of the Father. That is our idea of making a sacrificial offering. When we willfully forego certain things we need or will benefit us for the good of the other. Isaiah tells us that our fast becomes essential and meaningful when it has an attachment to the human beneficiary, and less attractive when no one gains from our fasting. Fasting has both spiritual and material benefits. The former is primarily for the ones who fast, while the latter is for the recipient. It has become our custom to receive a charity box as our piggy bank to benefit those in need every Lenten season, of which at the end of the Lenten season will help people in need. The issue Jesus was having with the Pharisees with their fasting at the time was that it had turned into a show, as the ones on Ash Wednesday Gospel reading from Matthew. It lacks spiritual and material benefit because they have received their reward simultaneously. Their fast was to become a light for others, just as Isaiah calls, but instead geared to self. Then your light shall break forth like the dawn. The Lord will be open to us when we call on him and hear us. The Pharisees were disturbed that Jesus' disciples were not fasting. And if Christ is the answer to our needs, it will make no sense to fast while he is still in their midst. That is where the Pharisees missed what Jesus was trying to teach. How can you miss what is before you? Or how can you miss what you possess? Jesus implies. As long as the bridegroom is with them, the wedding guests will have no reason to mourn his absence. But when he is gone, then they will fast. We are not fasting just for the sake of fasting, without any spiritual purpose or benefit for the sake of the other. Fasting helps us develop the spiritual powers to fight against evil and the grace to say no to sin. It helps to curb our appetite for material things and strengthen our resistance to other selfish desires. In the end, it helps us mature in our spiritual life. Have a blessed day.